Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Man, okay, we have some news that's going on right now in the NFL, as well as for the Cowboys. Um, Three defensive starters for the Raiders have been put on the COVID list, and five, I think, altogether. So they have Jonathan Haskins, Maliek Collins, Jonathan Abrams, along with Arden Key and David Irving and Kendall Vickers and Isaiah Johnson. Geez, that's even more. Hold it. Three starters, okay. And then one, two, four, seven people have been put on the COVID list. We know Tyrone Crawford is off for the Cowboys along with Andy Dalton. Those moves were made, and Diggs is put onto the injured reserve. So we've got some players back. And Awuzie is also back as well, which is great. Now, the NFL is expanding what they're doing. Now, allegedly, the Cowboys have created a bubble for the coaches and staff. This explosion right now for COVID, it's getting bad. It's literally expanding like crazy, and starting on Saturday, it's going to be even more intense for the NFL teams. Okay, so all 32 teams will enter the league's intensive COVID-19 protocol with cases of coronavirus spiking across the country. These protocols include all players and coach must have a negative from the previous day's testing before entering the facilities, in addition to regular daily PCR testing. All meetings would be held virtually unless they can be held outdoors or indoors with a pre-approved plan. And for the face mask to be worn at all times in the facility, including on the practice field by all personnel. All meals must be served in a grab-and-go style to prevent people from congregating in meal rooms. Locker room use is strongly discouraged on non-game days. So, in other words, come to practice dressed, ready to go. They're going, right now, you've got to look at this. This is crazy right now with COVID, because you look at New York City has now closed down schools. You're seeing like Iowa is now mandating mask requirements. You're now beginning to, at least here on the East Coast, you're beginning to get travel warnings and things like that. And you recommend that if you go to another state, that you quarantine for 2 weeks. And the NFL is doing their damnedest to try and save the season, because it's going to get worse before it gets better. I know a lot of you still don't believe that this is something that's real and things and all that. Oh, it's no big deal. It's only 2% of the people may die. Well, you know what? I went to a funeral today for my brother, and I got to tell you, anybody who dies unnecessarily because they happen to walk into COVID, to me, is a tragedy. So I can understand completely the NFL trying to do everything they can to save the season, thus save as much money as possible. In other news for the Cowboys, like I said, Awuzie's hamstring is completely healed. Completely healed. He'll be back and be good to go this weekend. And, having another guy on the field, that's experienced, definitely is going to help. Interesting thing, and let me go back to it. Interesting thing that he said. He was talking about Maliek Collins. Let me see if I can get a hold of this. Can't seem to get a hold up. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Got a hold of it. Sorry, computer screen slipped halfway off. Awuzie put it this way. He said the defense started to turn around. When did the defense start turning around? When they put Antoine Woods into the starting lineup. The nose tackle always keeps people engaged. His presence about him communicates, and he honestly has that play to back it up. Shout out to my man DMV Dallas Cowboys. It's cold out here. Just what put my arms in, okay? You won't see my hand. Can you see my breath? Can you see it? Okay. It's cold. It's not that I got dragon breath, and it's just that you see the fumes from it. No. It is cold out here. I should be at the fire pit, but I don't have the computer screen at the fire pit. But he's right. And that's something that I've screamed about for years. For years. The one technique guy makes all the difference in the world. And also, I'll put in there too, they added my man, the Canadian bulldozer. And those two guys are going to be key. If we're going to get a chance, if we have a chance in this game and going forward on this season, it's going to come from the defense. The defense can't be the redheaded stepchild anymore. The defense has to be leaders for this team. We're offensively challenged right now. And we need the defense to take the ball away and give us some short fields. We need the defense to stop Dalvin Cook, who is the NFL leading rusher right now. It's not Zeke Elliott, it's Dalvin Cook. The Minnesota Vikings go as Dalvin Cook goes, and we know from last year it was the Dalvin Cook show that beat us. DeMarcus Lawrence, who you'll remember back around the Cleveland Brown game when we gave up 307 yards on the ground. 307 yards on the ground. It's enough to make you sick. Let me grab the quote exactly. Let me see if I see it here. Let's see. Marco Colombo. I know I saw it. DeMarcus Lawrence vows Cowboys will not have a repeat of the Browns game where they gave up 307 yards. D-Law is always talking. I remember famously the first time was when he talked about the New Orleans Saints when we were getting ready to play them, and he was talking about punching somebody in the mouth. He said it's hard to play good when you get punched in the mouth. And they actually backed it up that game. That was that game that surprised everybody when the Cowboys beat the New Orleans Saints. And you looked and you said, woo, D-Law, talking that smack and backing it up. Well, for a lot of guys on our team, I'm sorry, they've done a bit of talking and haven't really backed it up. It would be nice to see our defense turn things around and continue this upward trend that they're having. And getting a Woozy back could help that tremendously. I hope, one, that we can finish the season. We got 7 regular season games left, that the NFL gets a grip on COVID. But I'd like to at least see my team compete. It sucked watching the Steeler game, leading and being in that game. It hurt losing at the end, but at least you looked at that game and said, you know what? We went toe-to-toe with those guys. We literally had a chance, as opposed to when we watched the Cleveland Brown game and got embarrassed. I think we got a chance this weekend. Sure, it'll hurt up our draft position, but hey, we'll take care of the draft when we take care of the draft. All right, guys, you're up to speed right now. Yeah, let's not have a repeat of 307 yards on the ground. Let's see what a Woozy's got. I'll see you guys later.